You're standing in front of a mirror. You've changed your shirt 3 times. You smell faintly of something you paid way too much money for. You're about to go meet someone you like, and your heart is doing that stupid fluttering thing. Here's the part that should keep you up tonight. A human standing in almost that exact pose, doing almost that exact thing, was sweating it out 50,000 years ago. So how did ancient humans flirt? The short answer is exactly like you do. The long answer is so embarrassing that by the end of this video, you are going to want to apologize to your ancestors. Because the way ancient humans flirted is not some quaint, primitive thing we evolved past. It is the thing you did last Saturday. We just put it on an app. Let's start with the fact that makes the whole thing click into place. For a long time, people assumed romantic love was a modern invention, something poets cooked up, something Hollywood sold us, something our practical cave-dwelling ancestors were way too busy not getting eaten to bother with. Then 2 anthropologists, William Jankowiak and Helen Fisher, actually went looking. They studied 166 cultures around the world, and they found unmistakable evidence of romantic love, the longing, the obsession, the writing of terrible songs about one specific person. In 147 of them, 89%. And the handful where they didn't find it, those mostly just hadn't been studied closely enough yet. Love isn't a modern luxury. It's standard issue human equipment. Your ancestors pined. They yearned. They lay awake thinking about somebody 2 tenths over. You think your situationship is bad. Imagine having a crush and absolutely no way to text them. So you just have to lie there in the dark and feel it. But how love actually worked inside the brain, that's where it gets genuinely strange. Helen Fisher spent years putting people who had just fallen in love into brain scanners. And what lit up was not some soft, gentle greeting card corner of the brain. It was the same deep, ancient reward circuitry that fires when you crave food or money or, and the scientists are very polite about how they say this, drugs. Falling in love neurologically looks almost identical to addiction, which means when you describe someone as intoxicating, you are not being poetic. You are being clinically accurate. Your brain genuinely cannot tell the difference between true love and a really good slot machine. And that exact circuitry is hundreds of thousands of years old. The cave dweller who could not stop thinking about the cute one from the next valley was running the same buddy software you are running right now. So what did they actually do about it? They got ready. Archaeologists have found red ochre, which is basically the world's first makeup, used on human bodies going back at least 250,000 years. People ground colored rock into paint and put it on their skin to be noticed, to signal, to look good. That's it. That's the whole thing. Ancient humans had a getting ready routine. You think spending 40 minutes deciding what to wear before a date is a uniquely modern kind of suffering? Somebody was doing the prehistoric version of that before our species had even finished becoming our species. They just used dirt, and you used Sephora. And it wasn't only paint. By around 100,000 years ago, humans were stringing shells and beads into necklaces and wearing them. Stop and think about what a bead actually is. It does nothing. You can't eat it. You can't hunt with it. It doesn't keep you warm. Its entire job is to say, look at me. I have taste. I had the time and the skill to make this. I am worth your attention, which is the exact job description of every expensive thing any human has ever strapped on before a first date. We invented the flex roughly 100,000 years before we invented the watch we flex with. But the showing off did not stop at what they wore. We'll get to the part that finally explains why you embarrass yourself on the dance floor at weddings, but first you need to know about the single oldest flirting move on planet Earth. Darwin himself guessed at it. Music and dance evolved, at least partly, as courtship displays. The exact same reason a peacock drags around that ridiculous tail. And here is the kicker. Scientists actually tested this a few years ago. They had people listen to music and then rate the faces of total strangers. After the music, people rated those same strangers as more attractive and more worth dating. Music literally hacks your judgment of who is hot. So that loud guy with the guitar at the party who somehow always does suspiciously well, he is not cheating. He is using the oldest trick our entire species owns. You would think we would have caught on by now. We have not. We never will. Now here is where it gets weird, and honestly a little romantic. Kissing. You would assume kissing is just an obvious universal thing that all humans everywhere do. It is not. Only about half of human cultures actually kiss romantically. The rest find it kind of strange, or messy, or just don't bother. So kissing is not some hardwired human instinct. It's more like a regional habit, the way some places greet with a handshake and some go straight for the cheek. But where it does happen, it is ancient. A 2025 study traced the behavior back tens of millions of years, all the way to our great ape ancestors. And here is the genuinely jaw-dropping part. The evidence suggests Neanderthals kissed too. We know this partly because humans and Neanderthals shared the same mouth microbes. which is a very clean and scientific way of saying they were swapping spit. Our two species did not just bump into each other in the snow and grunt. They met. They liked each other. And a surprising number of those encounters appear to have been Neanderthal men and human women. Tens of thousands of years ago, two completely different kinds of human looked at each other across a valley and thought, well, hello there. And there are people walking around today carrying the DNA of that exact flirtation. You might be one of them. And this is the thing that should quietly follow you around for the rest of the day. Every single move in the modern dating playbook. Getting dressed up, putting on a face, wearing something that signals status, playing music to set the mood, the nervous showing off, the longing, the obsession, even the kiss. None of it is new. We did not invent romance. We inherited it, fully assembled, from people who were already doing it in firelight before written language even existed. We just added bad profile photos and a monthly subscription. A quick honest note before the end. This video pulls together anthropological and archaeological research for educational purposes, and it uses observations of modern hunter-gatherers as comparative models to understand ancient human behavior, not as definitive proof of exactly how all ancient humans lived across different time periods and geographies. The deep past gets reconstructed, not recorded, but the heart of it holds up. So go back to that person standing at the mirror, changing their shirt for the third time. Heart still doing the stupid flutter. That's you. And that is also somebody 50,000 years ago, painting their skin with red ochre, stringing on their best shell necklace, quietly hoping the cute one from the next valley actually shows up tonight. Same nerves, same hope, same ridiculous, wonderful, deeply human swing at being wanted. You are not the most advanced version of romance that has ever existed. You are just the most recent one. And honestly, your ancestor in the firelight would take one single look at your dating app and feel really, really sorry for you.